today we don't have a lot of students. They went to Malaysia. So some of them I don't know where they go. Anyway, so Sonam, could you read the question? So I think I have asked 4 questions, right?
5 questions.
5. Okay, we have 4 students. Each student answer this question.
First question is, what is the word misdeed? That is from page 68.
Okay, so you can answer
the word misdeed is abandoning the Dharma. We abandon the Dharma when we develop distinction between the Dharma and hold the belief that some Dharma is good and some Dharma is bad.
Yeah, so the most this one is abandoning Dharma, right? So why abandoning Dharma is the most worst deed? Why?
Because in order to achieve Buddhahood, we need to be perfect in understanding all the phenomena, the truth of the phenomena. So when we think that there are some Dharma is good, some Dharma is bad, our understanding will not be complete. That's number one. And when we abandon Dharma means that we say some Dharma is good, some Dharma is bad, but all these Dharma are taught by the Buddha. So when we say that, means that we are actually talking bad about the Buddha. Means some things that he says is not true, which is wrong. And then also because the Sangha community also practices the Dharma, so we're actually saying that they're practicing the wrong stuff.
Okay, that's good. Good answer. Second, Sonam.
The second question would be, why is it extremely heavy? Why?
Okay. You? Abandoning Dharma is one of the very worst deed and also very, very heavy, extremely heavy karma.
Another verse is that the abandoning the Dharma is extremely heavy, as it is stated in the Kings of the Single Quantum Concentration says. It's abandoning the sutra basket. This is also referred to the Dharma. Is a heavier sin than destroying all the stupas in the southern continent. It even compares that abandoning the Dharma, the sin is as heavy, even more heavy than killing as many arhat as there are the grain of sand at the bottom of the Ganges. So which means it's nothing can be compared.
Compared with other karma, bad karma, right? Negative karma. Okay, so please everybody remember, the Sutra says abandoning Dharma is one of the most extreme heavy. So why it is so extremely heavy? Because they compare, even if you killed all the Tathagatas, it's okay, you shouldn't abandon Dharma. Then even though you can destroy all the stupa in the southern continent, but you shouldn't abandon Dharma. Right? Okay, that's good. So next one, Sonam.
Next, question number 3. What are the 3 further features beside the 4 greatnesses that we taught so far?
Can you explain? Actually, Lamrim has 4 greatnesses and 3 features. What are the 3 features?
For the first feature, the Lamrim is complete because it contains all the subject matters of Sutra and Tantra. Then for the second one, it is easy to put into practice because it emphasizes the steps in taming the mind. For the third one is, it is enhanced with instruction from 2 gurus who the school in the tradition of 2 great champions.
Okay, so the Lamrim has 3 features, right? 4 greatness and 3 features. The first one, Lamrim is complete. Second, Lamrim is easy to put into practice. Third one, is
enhanced with instruction from two gurus.
Yeah, two gurus. Okay. So do you understand what does mean Lamrim is complete? Complete means it has everything. Right?
Yes.
It contains the meaning of sutra. It contains the meaning of tantra. That means it's a very complete teaching.
Yes.
For example, most of the sutra teaching explain practice about sutra, not explain about the practice of Tantrayana. Most of the Tantrayana teaching explain the practice of Tantrayana, but not much explain about practice of Sutrayana. So the Lamrim explain both of them, both practice of Sutrayana and practice of Tantrayana, right? Okay. So the next question.
Question number 4. Here in the text, which Lamrim are we talking about?
Okay, now because the Lamrim has 4 grades, 3 features. So we are talking about the quality of Lamrim. So which Lamrim we talking about when we say Lamrim?
The Lamrim that we are talking in the text is the lamp of the path.
That's very good. So all the Lamrim which is written by Gelugpa Master, written by Kagyupa Master, Nyingma Master, all the Lamrim written by Master is based on Path to Enlightenment, which is written by Atisha. Okay, so the Path to Enlightenment, Path to Lamp is Lamp of the Path, right? Can you repeat the name of the Lamrim?
Yes, lamp of the
Lamp of the Path, right? So the Lamp of the Path, which is written by Atisha, so it is the root text of all Lamrims. So what the Tsongkhapa said, the great path to enlightenment is also written by Atisha. Okay, so the next question.
Question number 5. Name the 2 gurus who were schooled in the traditions of the 2 great champions.
Okay, Salis?
Vidya Kokila, is it?
Kokila?
From Nagarjuna school, and Suvarnadvipa from Asanga school.
Can you explain, so the Lamrim has 3 features, right? The last one, the last one,
that is complete.
complete is the first one, right? Second one,
Easy to put into practice.
third one,
Superior to other tradition because the instruction is from 2 gurus from these 2 traditions.
So the 2 gurus are, one is the
From Nagarjuna school is the Vidya
Kokila,
From Asanga school is the Suvarnadvipa.
or Sarvanadeva. Okay, so before Atisha, there were 2 lineages. One lineage come from Maitreya Buddha, one lineage come from Manjushri. Okay, so until Atisha, the 2 lineage was exist separately. So Atisha received the 2 lineage together. So one lineage we call the lineage of extensive teaching, lineage of the profound teaching. So the profound, when Buddha taught Dharma, that time there were many disciples. The Manjushri and Maitreya were one of the chief disciples. So the lineage, the extensive lineage preserved by Maitreya Buddha. The profound, the lineage of teaching preserved by Manjushri. So how the extensive teaching received through Asanga? How Asanga received the extensive teaching from Maitreya Buddha? How? So anybody remember? I told you the story.
The feather story?
Which stuff?
Story about Asanga.
The mountain story and the dog. That is
Yeah. Because one day Asanga was reading the text about the Prajaparamita. So he got a lot of confusion. So he couldn't see, how he can put into practice all the subjects which is mentioned in the Prajaparamita text. Even though when you read the Heart Sutra, we cannot find which words or stanza explain bodhicitta, renunciation, five paths. We cannot find, so difficult. The Prajaparamita text explain again and repeat again and again. So difficult to find, how put in practice. Then finally he noticed, all the kind of instruction, lineage held by Mitra Buddha. So he really wanted to meet Mitra Buddha. So that's why he was, doing a lot of meditation, long retreat. Thus, somehow finally he met Mitra Buddha, and Mitra Buddha explained all the meaning about Prajaparamita text. So finally Asanga understood all the path, how to put into practice. So then the lineage down and all the way to Atisha. So Atisha received the true lineage. When he went to Tibet, that one of the very important Tibetan master, they request to him give a teaching. So he requests very nice way. He didn't request, please give us initiation, please give us, instruction about Prajaparamita. They request very nice way. He requests us, please teach us, please give us teaching which is benefit for all Tibetans. That time in the Tibet, there were a lot of misunderstanding about Buddha Dharma. So he requests to him, say, please give us teaching which is benefit for all Tibetans. So then Adisha, give the teaching about Lamrim. So that's why we have a true guru. One is a Kokali. He was very master in Nagarjuna school. Sarvana Deva, the Salingpa, he was the master in lineage, teaching of Asanga. As everybody know, Sarvana Deva live in Indonesia. So Adisha came to Indonesia and he spent, I think, 12 or 16 years. 12 years. Then finally he received all the instruction, all the lineage of the extensive teaching. For us, the profound teaching looks so difficult to understand. If you try to understand, it's not that difficult. For example, once you understand emptiness of one object, once you understand emptiness of cup, then you're going to understand all the emptiness. Because emptiness of the cup, emptiness of the table, there are no much difference. The extensive teaching is not easy. There are so many different ways, so many numbers. So extensive teaching is more difficult to understand than the profound teaching. Okay, so yes.
Can I ask a question before we progress?
Mm-hmm.
I was reading and I was a bit confused.
Mm-hmm.
Like the lineage is very clear, profound, extensive.
Mm-hmm.
You go down from profound, Buddha, Manjushri, Nagarjuna, and then the extensive is Buddha, Maitreya, Sangha.
Mhm.
Then when I was reading, I saw this like Nalanda scholars, and then we have Vikramashila scholars. So
Mhm.
which lineage do they belong to?
In the Nalanda University, there were two lineages also there. They don't hold different lineage. There are the two different Buddhist university. And Adisha was, he studied in Nalanda for a short time. The most time he studied in the Vikramashila. Even though that time the two lineage hold separately. One master, didn't set two lineage together.
So Nalanda has two lineages. How about the Vikramashila?
Yes, Vikramashila has a seven two lineage, but one master, just one master follow one lineage, other master follow one lineage. One master didn't set the two lineage together. So only Adisha was the only one who combined two lineage together.
Okay.
So for us, so I explain about the merit field. So there are two different kind of time you have to visualize the merit field, right? One, you have to visualize the merit field in order to take refuge. After that, when you practice seven limbs, then you have to visualize the merit field in order to accumulate merit, also purifying, in order to purify your negative karma. There's a true reason, but the merit field is just same. And when I think if you read the text, page by page, then there's a kind of question. After you finish, take refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, so then you have to visualize another merit field. Then before you visualize the merit field in order to purifying your negative karma, in order to accumulate merit, first you have to do some kind of
Dissolution?
Yeah, dissolution. So because you are in your room, you already visualize the merit field and you finish to take refuge. Then there's three different ways you can do the dissolution. The easy ones, one of the easiest one, you just imagine all the merit field become kind of yellow light. Everything melted together as a yellow light. And the yellow light thing dissolve in your between your eyes ball here. Just think dissolve here, and everything totally dissolve in your heart. All the merit field.
Dissolve here and then dissolve into your heart.
Yeah. Heart, or we call the mind stem. Then you just think I receive kind of lot of blessing, lot of power, and also I have enough ability to practice Lamrim.
So dissolve into two places, here and here.
No, first here, then from there
Descent.
all the way to
Descend.
heart. Yeah, descend. Then next, same, before you visualize the merit field in order to accumulate in merit and purification, first you need to imagine the place where you practice is become, very clean, with a grown, blessing. And within the, clean and very totally kind of, within the, you also, if you could, you try to understand the place you are practicing, you try to understand that place is empty of, extensive, empty of, inherent existence. Try to understand the emptiness. Within the emptiness of the sensation, then you can visualize the merit field again. Then you shouldn't worry, the order, I told you this, you have to imagine all the lineage. The most easy ways, on the right side, visualize Maitreya Buddha, left side at Manjushri, the behind, the Vajradhara. All of just imagine everything is, together in one area. You shouldn't worry the order. Then if you could, then you can visualize, the deities and the Buddha, then on the Bodhisattva and Daga taking the protectors, Dharma protectors. If so difficult, just visualize center in the Buddha Shakyamuni, the left side Maitreya Buddha, the right side Manjushri, and in front of the Buddha Shakyamuni, visualize your gurus, your root gurus. Very easy way. Or still difficult, then just imagine, in the center of the throne there's a imagine Buddha Shakyamuni. So Buddha Shakyamuni is everything. He's a Buddha, he's a Sangha, he's your Guru, he's a protector Dharma. You just imagine he's everything. Then, and you start to practice the 7 lamb. So, last time we talked very shortly about the 7 lamb. I hope everybody, yes, Sonam?
Sure, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have explained so far that Maitreya Buddha is the
Extensive order of,
and which is the lineage of bodhicitta, and Manjushri is the wisdom, profound wisdom. I develop a thought in my mind streams that thinking Maitreya Buddha is without wisdom, or the wisdom is low, and Manjushri is having no or very little bodhicitta.
no.
I will have, sorry, I'm telling you I have that, and how do I overcome that, please?
Look at the very simple one. So, when we think about Maitreya Buddha, we need to think 2 different ways. One, we think about in the common sense, very in the common way. He was one of the chief disciples of Buddha Shakyamuni. That time he appeared as a Bodhisattva. Okay, that time he didn't appear as a Buddha. He was looked like manifest as a Bodhisattva. That means he was Bodhisattva. He was not only Bodhisattva, he was Arya, Mahayana Arya. So, being as a Mahayana Arya, he have to accomplish bodhicitta as well as understanding emptiness. He have to understand emptiness. That means he practiced wisdom and methods together. Also, Manjushri, when he was manifest as a chief disciple of Buddha Shakyamuni, he manifests as a Bodhisattva. Even though many common people didn't see him, because he was there, because he really wanted to preserve all the lineage. So that moment he appeared as a Bodhisattva. And in the reality level, he is a Buddha. He's he's the manifestation of wisdom of all Buddhas. So as being a Buddha, so he have to practice, he have to accomplish, the bodhicitta as well as the wisdom of understanding emptiness. Also, in the Bodhisattva, there's 2 different kind of, 2 different level of practitioner. Someone is very intelligent, very wise, someone not. The Bodhisattva who was very intelligent, they first must, develop wisdom, the second bodhicitta. The Bodhisattva, the Bodhisattva who are not that intelligent, first they have to develop bodhicitta, second they have to develop wisdom. Because, if you are very intelligent, you're not going to accept everything which is, taught by Buddha, which is said by Buddha. Buddha said, all sentient being has a Buddha potential. One day, everybody is going to be Buddha. So the intelligent, disciple, intelligent, kind of the practitioner, they got a question, how all sentient being can be Buddha? Then they think, many different ways. Finally, they have to understand, yes, I have a negative, thoughts, I have an afflictive emotion. The emotion is kind of random. It's not my nature of mind. For example, the nature of mind is kind of very neutral, not positive, not negative. So the nature of the mind is very pure. So the negative, the afflictive arise randomly. That's mean, the anger, attachment, they are not nature of mind. Then they can understand, through my practice, I can able to separate the afflictive emotions and my nature of my mind. Then finally they have to understand the emptiness. If you don't have a good understanding of emptiness, then you're not going to understand the cessation. Okay, cessation. Because cessation is kind of the mental state. So right now we have emptiness mind. The emptiness of the mind is not cessation. It's just emptiness of your mind. After you practice for a long time, finally when you eliminate all the negative thoughts in your mind state, then your emptiness mind is called cessation. That time the emptiness mind is become cessation. So for Sonam, you just think Mitriya Buddha is one of the high practitioner of Bodhisattva. He already practiced, he already accomplished bodhicitta as well as the wisdom. Okay, so any question before we move to subject?
Quick question. Just now you said the dissolution of the merit field. You point here. Actually dissolve your crown or forehead first?
No crown, just directly to the head. And finally go into your mind stream. Then next, you just do the ground blessing. This is a true way. A very ordinary person, you just imagine the place where you practice is become very clean, not any kind of trash, very clean, very pure. If you have some understanding of emptiness, then you just start to understand emptiness of the ground, emptiness of you, emptiness of your mind. Everything is kind of empty of inherent existence. So within the emptiness, then you just try to imagine everything appear from the emptiness. Because emptiness is because it is everything. Everything is dissolved into emptiness. Everything arises from emptiness. So you just imagine, just try to understand emptiness. Within the emptiness, then you just imagine everything arising from within the emptiness. First you try to imagine arise the big kind of some tree, top of the tree there's a huge throne, then on the throne there are 5 seats, within the 5 seats there are 5 kind of Buddha and everything. Then you finish, after you finish visualization, then first you have to do what? The prostration. The first lamb prostration. So last time we talked very roughly about prostration. So everybody has the hand over page. Yeah. So now, can I have one copy, please? If you have extra. So please, everybody, memorize. So
I did do that last week. Can I follow yours?
Okay, you both look together. Okay. The first sentence, I protest to the noble, youthful Manjushri. It is kind of it's not included into 7 limb. The first one, I posted all the lines among human. Right? From there to the next sentence, sincerely with my body, speech and mind. This stanza explains prostration of body, speech and mind. Okay, both of you okay? Have you found the stanza?
So until body, speech and mind is prostration.
Yeah, the first, sentences talking about, prostration of body, speech, mind. As, sensibly with my body, speech and mind. The next stanza, with the power of these prayers, right, and until with all the victorious right before my mind. So it's particularly talking about, prostration of body. The next stanza, upon one atom and the many Buddhas till completely feel the entire Dharma expand. This stanza, special talking about prostration of mind. The next stanza, with the sound till Ramje and priest all of the Sugatas. This stanza talk about particularly prostration of speech. So now clear? Okay. The first stanza talk about three together. The next one body. The next one mind. The last one speech. The first stanza it explains about you have to visualize a lot of Buddhas all over, and each Buddha field you have to visualize yourself. If you're able to visualize 1,000 Buddha, also you visualize yourself is 1,000 there. That's when you're 1,000 your body. So this moment is talking about you have to visualize there are hundreds of thousands of your body in front of many Buddhas. After you finish the prostration, the next one is the offering. It is clear, right? So next we move to the Lamrim text. So how many types of we have to do prostration? We have three types of prostration: the body, speech, and mind. Within the body, speech, and mind, the mind is more important than the body and speech. So when we do prostration by your body, there are two types of body prostration. One is kind of the full prostration, one is kind of semi prostration, right? Semi. So the last time we talked about the mudra of prostration. So I check in the YouTube. I make sure when I check in the YouTube, there's so many different people doing different ways. So the right way, I'm going to say the right way, so you just, put your hand together and just keep it empty. And somebody said touch here, no, they just say very clearly, Sutara, keep your, in hand is empty and two, finger put together, inside. Like put this up, it doesn't matter, just put inside. And the shape is look like, like one of the wishing, somebody said wishing, all wishing jam. And somebody
Wish granting jewels.
Yeah, the shape is look like this kind. And before you, do the prostration, you really develop motivation. Why I'm doing prostration? Why I'm doing practice? Just develop very pure and clear motivation. Then you move up. Somebody doing like this is not correct me, okay? Like this. You can see the Buddha head is rested. Okay. Then second here. And third, somebody touching in the mouth like this, not in the your throat. The sound is coming from the throat. Then next move to heart. 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 3 times is just 1, 2, 3. And somebody do it like this. 1, 2, 3 like it's very still, somebody tried to explain how to do the prostration. Very still. Doing this. Yeah. Then you have to touch your 5, part of your body, 2 knees and hands and your head. Okay. And also according to Chinese tradition, you do it like this, it's okay, it's nothing wrong, That moment there's another reason. So after you bow down, you have to get up very quickly, as much as you can. This kind of good kind of sign. It does mean I am overcome from samsara quickly, as much as I can. Get up. After you get up, again you put your hands on the heart. Okay. Also again, develop motivation. Also, you just visualize all the married field. Re-visualize the married field again. Make sure you remember everything. Then do the prostration.
Geshe, is there a duration that you stay the 5 points touching the ground? How long should it take? A few seconds?
Just touch and get up.
Because when we at Bugaya, when we see those people that doing it, it's merely like very, very fast. So
because this somebody want to do 100,000 prostration. They are very worried about the number. That's why they are doing very quickly. But if you have to do very properly, when you get up, you have to get up very quickly. You don't stay, just few seconds, look like taking a rest. Yeah. So also you shouldn't think, when you go to Buddha, you can see many monks and nuns doing a lot of prostration, somebody doing very strange way. You shouldn't think this is kind of, exactly like Tibetan Buddhist tradition. Not really. So that's why, you touch, your 5 parts of your body on the ground and get up very quickly. And if you want to do the full prostration, you just fully down your body, look like, fall T on the ground fully, then you just do like this. And somebody doing like this is also okay. But each time, I look when His Holiness does the long prostration, he just fully lay down and he doing like this. At that moment, I think also he visualizing married field and doing another, kind of respect. And get up very quickly. This one we say. The next one, then another important one. There's so before you doing prostration, there's a mantra. Mantra of prostration. So Om. Okay, you can write it down. Om Namo. You can put it. Om Namo. Om Namo Manjushri Sushri Uttama. I don't don't remember, clearly, so I will try next time. If there is a mantra, you can recite before, you start the prostration. Om Namo Manjushri, Namo Sushri, Namo Dhamma, Shri Soha. Om Namo Manjushri, Namo Sushri, Namo Dhamma, Shri Soha. And also there's a mantra when you offering, right? When you do offer, there's a mantra of the offering. In the English version, I don't know how to pronounce exactly, but next time I will bring the mantra, then you can record or you can write down. So we have a mantra for offering, we have a mantra for prostration. So this is very important. Namo Manjushri, Namo Sushri, Namo Dhamma Shri Soha. So you recite 3 times. Then you can recite approach to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. When you recite the only 3 verses, the Guru must include into Buddha. Okay, you can say Namo Guru Be, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya, or Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya. If you recite 4 verses, 4 stanza, then you must visualize first Guru, then Buddha, then Dharma, then Sangha. Does everybody remember how you have to visualize the Dharma? Dharma. So because Buddha is not Dharma, Sangha is not Dharma, Guru is not Dharma, Dharma is not Guru, Dharma is not Sangha. So Dharma has a true meaning, right? You have to understand 2 different ways. One is the teaching, the textbook, the sound. They are also the conventional Dharma. The actual teaching, Dharma is the Dharma, which is the meaning, is the real Dharma. The final one, the Dharma, we have only 2 types of Dharma. One is the cessation, one is the path. The paths and the cessation are the real Dharma. Okay? So, Buddha, I hope everybody knows. Sangha, I hope everybody knows. And the Dharma is so difficult to understand. Then, after the prostration, after you finish your, so think about you are in your meditation room, you are in your practice room, so you have just only half hours. Just do 3 times the long prostration, then you can start the offering. Or before you start offering, you can do the the mandala offering. The mandala offering you can do before the offering or after offering. It doesn't matter. Okay. For me, I think you just after finish prostration, do the offering prayer. You set up your offering things. When you finish your offering, then you just sit on your cushion on the ground. Then you start to offer the mandala. Okay, mandala is very important. So offering, there's a 2 offering, 2 types of. One is very common offering, which is we go offering flower, candle, fruit, clothes, whatever. Sometimes when you buy new clothes, like pen and trouser, whatever is very new, you just you just visualize and offering the new clothes to the married field. Whenever you eat, drink, don't forget offering your drink in eating for the married field. And 7 you can eat. There's a yes.
Usually the food or whatever visualize, we convert it to nectar to offer to the married field, right? How about clothes? Do we convert them?
No. So you can convert them, but you can just imagine offering directly as a food, as a cloth, as a flower. You don't really have to convert as a nectar. Okay. When you offering, before you eating food, before you drink tea or coffee, also you just visualize, I offering this to the married field. There's a 2 benefit you can have. One, before you offering this thing, you can get married. Second, after you finish your offering, you just visualize, you got a lot of kind of blessings in your food, in your drink. When you are sick, also you should think, after you offering the drink, you just think, in the drink I want a lot of blessing. The drink become as a medicine. This is we call it a very common offering. In the text they mentioned next one is the super offering, supreme offering, uncommon offering. Do you know the meaning of uncommon offering? Not common offering. The text says super or supreme offering. Okay. As an ordinary, person, for us very easy to offer, the common things, food, flour, clothes, money, whatever, incense. The uncommon, the not common things, there's two different ways. The high practitioner, someone is really have reached very, high practice, they're able to transform their practice. They're able to transform bodhicitta as a, flower, as a fruit, as a, incense. They're able to transform their practice as a material. But for us, we don't have an ability to transform your practice as a, flower, food, incense, whatever. We don't have an ability. In the future, yes, we will have. In this moment, what you need to do, you just imagine, you just think, this morning, I recite the mantra. That moment, I have very pure faith. The pure faith manifests as an offering object. Also, when you read a Lamrim text, you have a contemplation of a hearing. Also think that the contemplation in the hearing of Lamrim manifests as an offering object. Also you should think, yes, since, I practice Dharma, since I studied of Lamrim, I have some kind of merit accumulated through practice Lamrim, study Lamrim, that means I have some good merit, good karma. This merit also, you just think, manifests as a offering. This we call no common thing, supreme offering. When you, do the practice, offering practice, one very important, you shouldn't have a sense of, grasping of the offering object. You shouldn't have an attachment. You just, it's look like, you should offer without attachment. You should offer without kind of computation. You shouldn't think, yes, my neighbors, offer 100,000 kind of candle to the Buddha, I must do. You shouldn't have a sense of computation. You shouldn't have a sense of attachment. Because, I want to be offered this because I really want to be happy. I really want to be my family happy. You shouldn't have a sense of attachment. You just think, I want to offer this thing in order to achieve Buddhahood for sake of all sentient beings. When you say, in order to benefit all sentient beings, that means your family, your brother, your sister, everything include into sentient beings, all sentient beings. You shouldn't worry about, your family. Another important, any kind of practice, offering practice, there's a three things, right? The object which you going to offer. And the object where you going to offer. The object who offer. There's a three things, right? The merit field is the object which is you going to offer. The actual, the phenomena, the actual things which you going to offer. The person yourself who is offering to the, the things. We have a three things, right? The object and the offering object where you going to offer, and the person who is offering. You yourself, the object which is you going to offer, the merit field, whom you going to offer. There are three things, right? Okay.
The actor, which is the person that
The actor, object, and the merit field.
The merit field, is it the subject?
It's kind of object.
Is the object of the offering, the actor, the offering, and the subjects, which is the merit field itself is the
subject. Yeah, subject, the offering thing, and the person who offer.
Subject is which one? Merit field.
Merit field. The thing which you going to offer.
Is object.
Object is what you can call, offering object. Object to offer. Then yourself. And also when you practice, compassion, also there's three things. Who you going to, practice compassion, the sentient beings. The practice which you practice is compassion. The person yourself is a kind of person. You have to remember three things: the compassion, the sentient being, and yourself. Three of them you should think is totally lack of inherent existence, totally empty of independence.
Geshe, maybe sometimes you need to briefly explain to us the words empty of inherent existence, because it's a word that you keep on repeating, but some of us really do not know what does it mean by empty of inherent existence.
Yeah, you true, this true. Think about, for example, you have a piece of, bunch of flower. You say, I'm going to offer this flower to Buddha. Just hold the flower, try to understand the nature of flower. Try to understand which one is really flower I can offer. If you think more precisely, you cannot find the flower is the object side, right? For example, I said musician is a watch. It's a clock. So I hold the clock, this is clock, everybody will agree. Then next, somebody asks, where is the clock? Yes, you hold your hand. Which one is really clock? This upper part is no clock. The lower part, the side, left, right, no. Nothing really. One piece is never be a kind of clock. That's when finally you're going to understand the clock is totally kind of empty of, solid. Right? Solid.
Substantial?
Totally solid. Nothing is solid. So that's when things are there, but things are not really exist independently. Then we call empty of independent, empty of inherent. So you shouldn't forget the three of things totally empty. It's offering. So we have a two types of offering, common and uncommon or not common? Uncommon. Yeah, uncommon. So now you understand the true, commons. So next we will move about the mandala. Offering mandala is also very important, one of the very important practice, because when you read the Lamrim text, there's a story. One day Dongdumba, one of the Kadamba master, he's the founder of Kadamba in Tibet. So he visited his one day he visited his disabled rooms. So then he noticed, the mandala remains there many weeks. The disabled didn't use it. Then Dongdumba asked, why you didn't offering, mandala for a long time? Then he said, I was pay attention more about meditation. Then he said, Adisha is the much better practitioner than you. But Adisha never forget to offer mandala every day. Since that, the disabled offer mandala every day. Due to offering mandala, he able to develop bodhicitta. So when also you shouldn't, of course, different tradition have a different tradition how to offer the mandala. Even though in the Tibetan tradition, where Nyingma, where Visaya, there's a little, different, but I think most of them very similar. So think about, so your mandala is kind of on a piece of big cross with a lot of grains, also another object. So just this leaf separately, and you just hold little rice or grains, whatever, in the left hand, okay, and just hold like this in the left hand with some rice or grains, whatever you have, you just hold this way. Then another, few grains throw here. Then you have to clean the mandala, not like this or this is here, this way, like this, as much as you can, very smoothly. That moment you need to visualize, I'm cleaning the place which I'm going to practice, Lamrim. I'm going to clean the negative thoughts which is in my mind stream. It's a visualization of cleaning, mandala, as much as you can. This way, okay? Because Tsongkhapa, when he has a very difficulty of understanding emptiness, then he asked to Manjushri, is there any way I can understand emptiness very easy way? Then Manjushri answered, you must, practice prostration, offering mandala, and remember the Guru together. Then he did a lot of, offering mandala. That time he didn't have a kind of mandala made of gold, whatever. He offered mandala on the what?
Rock.
Piece of rock. The rock is still in Tibet. So you don't worry about the
The quality.
mandala quality made of gold, made of silver, or made of copper, whatever, made of wood. You just use a very simple one. Then clean, as much as you can. But finally, then you have to turn 3 times inside. 3 times. 3 times. First out like as much as you can, clean, then 3 times inside. That moment you need to visualize, I'm going to receive, I'm receiving a lot of blessing, energy, teaching from the merit field. Then, important, on the mandala you have to imagine the 4 direction, right? East and west, south, north. The east, when you offering mandala to the merit field, in order to receive blessing, in order to practice Lamrim, whatever is, in order to kind of, practice, then the east must be in the merit field side. Okay, this is east, for example, Sonam is my merit field.
Direction.
Okay, this is the east. Okay, first you just put in the middle, Driyaburira. That moment you visualize the Mount Meru in the middle. Then Shar east, and Lo south, and west, north. This is the east. Then this you have to, you have to go through the checks. There's a 37 have visualization. Another, offering. If you offering mandala in order to, you are requesting to your guru give a teaching. That moment, the east must be your side. This is east. Mount Meru and east, south, west, north. Okay, in order to, accumulating merit, in order to purify your negative, this is east from the merit field side. In order to request teaching, your side is east. Okay, then you have it's like 3 ring, put 1 by 1 top, and finally you have to put this one on the top. Then you just hold, then you visualize I'm offering whole the universe which is, belong to me. Everything, include your body, speech and mind, include your practice. Hold like this. And if you, doing kind of, counting mandala, you shouldn't, then when you finish, you just put this way, everything is, falling in your side. One. And second, again, just clean, offering thing, falling your side. 3, 4, 5, whatever. And if you have this kind of, don't have this kind of mandala, and just you do the hand mudras, just keep some grains, whatever. So this is a kind of offering mandala practice. And the size of mandala, if you have a big, it's okay, it's good. As much as you have a big, is good. If you don't have a big, at least you need this kind of size, is a good size offering mandala. And also, why the mandala is, this is called ground, it's big. Then this is smaller. This is much smaller than this. This is much smaller than the last one. Look at this is much smaller compared with the Quran, right? That means, the tip is symbolized of the, Buddha is very rare. Compared with samsara, samsara is quite big. We have hundreds of billions of sentient beings. Okay, any question? Mandala. So mandala offering you can do before offering, after offering. Okay.
Geshe, the grain that we offer in the mandala, after that what do we do? Do we eat it, or we feed the fish or birds?
This is a very important question. Very important question. Because is everything clearly explained in the Vinaya text. Because in the Vinaya text, they explain, stealing or not stealing. For example, somebody offer money for the temple. The money must belong to Buddhas. Somebody offering money or food for the Sangha, this belong to Sangha. So the mandala, we offering to the Buddha. So that means the mandala, the grains, everything belong to Buddha. So you shouldn't throw away. What you need to do, okay, after you finish, offering mandala for a few times, then you really want to change the rice, then you just, think, as a, receiving the rice as a blessing from Buddha, then you can use it. You cannot, just use directly. You need to think, the rice which is offering in the mandala is given by Buddha as a blessing to you, then you can eat it. Even though, we have offering the food, and everything belong to Buddha, not belong to me, not belong to you. So sometimes when I, clean the altar, it's quite old, and I bring to my home. Then I always, saying, Buddha is quite old, I will use it. Yeah, so you can use it. Or you can, give to the fish. It's all as a, practice of giving.
Oh, so Geshe, you mentioned that you can reuse the rice, so it's kind of like the first time you offered, you already belong to Buddha. How can you do it the second time with the same rice?
Or you can add a little bit top of that.
So those people that are doing counting mandala, so you have to always add?
Yeah, they always change, and every 2 weeks they change.
But within the same sessions, that is offered.
It's okay because, but you can, if you can have a time and money, each time you can change new. So for us, we don't have that kind of, resource. You can add little bit, you can offer, continuously 1 month, is no problem. Mandala. So the more important, after you continue mandala, finish one, just fall in your side. You also,